Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive?
Always.
Awesome. Today we're tackling something super interesting, the Women, Peace, and Security Index.
The WPSI.
Yeah, the WPSI. It's
Yeah.
this incredible tool for understanding the well-being of women around the world. But it's not just about, economics. It looks at safety and justice too.
It's a much broader picture than just, GDP or income.
Right. And get this, they actually visualize it on a world map.
Yeah.
So you can see, literally see how different countries stack up.
Yeah.
Are you ready to dive in?
Yeah, let's do it.
In the data skies, we take our flight. Trends and numbers come to life. Colors and charts, they dance and play. Showing truth in a visual way. In GenderDecoded, we uncover truths and stories like no other. In the data waves we find the secret maps of humankind.
It's not your typical index.
Definitely not just economic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It looks at how women are doing around the world. I mean, really doing are they safe? Are they treated fairly? All that.
It's about well-being, and it goes way beyond just, dollars and cents.
Right. So we're talking safety, fairness, and then what was that third thing?
Inclusion. Are women even at the table when decisions are being made?
Okay, yeah, inclusion.
Got it.
So this WPSI, it gives every country a grade based on those three things: inclusion, justice, and security. And get this, it's all shown on a color-coded map.
Yeah, map. And I gotta say, it's pretty eye-opening. Some parts of the world are doing great, lots of dark green, but then other areas, not so much.
Color-coded. I'm picturing this map in my head. So dark green, good. Lighter green, not so good.
Exactly. Like a heat map. The darker the green, the better things are for women in that country.
Okay, so before we get to the map, let's break down what these three big categories actually mean. What exactly are we measuring here? Starting with inclusion.
Right. So inclusion is all about, like you said, are women at the table? Are they actually part of society?
More than just existing.
Way more. It's about real participation. Think jobs, education, even politics.
So if women can vote but then their opinions are ignored, that's not real inclusion.
Nope. Inclusion means having a voice that's heard and respected, making a real impact.
So if a country has laws saying girls can go to school, but then families keep them home,
then that's a problem. Inclusion has to be real, not just something written on paper.
makes sense. Okay, so that's inclusion. Next up, justice.
So with justice, we're looking at the laws. Are they fair to women? And if a woman's rights are violated, can she actually get justice?
So not just laws on the books, but whether they actually work.
Right. It's about whether the system, the courts, the police, everything is actually protecting women.
Okay, if domestic violence is against the law, but the police don't take it seriously.
Then that's a huge problem. Justice means the system works for women, too.
Got it. And that brings us to security, which I think is probably the most obvious one, right?
Yeah. Security is about whether women are safe. Can they walk down the street without being harassed? Can they live without the fear of violence?
At home, too. Domestic violence is a huge part of this.
Absolutely. And it's not just about physical safety either. It's about feeling safe, feeling secure in your own community.
Right. So we've got these three dimensions: inclusion, justice, security. They're all connected, and the WPSI measures how countries are doing on each one. And then, like you said, it all gets put on this map.
Yeah, the map. It's a really powerful visual. You see the world, and you immediately see where women are thriving and where they're struggling.
So let's talk about those contrasts. What are some of the bright spots on this map, the places where women are doing really well?
Well, like I mentioned, you've got countries like Canada, Norway, Switzerland. They're consistently dark green.
That's good to hear. What are they doing right?
Well, they have strong legal protections for women. They invest in social programs like affordable childcare, which helps women participate in the workforce. And they have cultures that, generally respect and value women.
So it's kind of a package deal, right? Laws, resources, and cultural attitudes all working together.
Exactly. It's not just one thing. It's everything coming together to create a good environment for women.
I imagine there are some places where it's the opposite of that.
Unfortunately, yes. There are some areas, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa, the Middle East, and parts of South Asia, where the map is, well, a lot lighter green.
And what are some of the factors contributing to that?
It's complex. You've got poverty, conflict, and often deeply ingrained cultural norms that limit women's roles and make them more vulnerable.
And it's important to remember, this map isn't about judging countries. It's about understanding the challenges and hopefully finding ways to address them.
Exactly. It's about data, not judgment.
Okay, so we've talked about what the WPSI measures, and we've glimpsed at the map. But some people might be thinking, so what? Why should I care about this?
It's a good question, and the answer is this isn't just a women's issue. It's about everyone.
Right, because how women are doing in a society affects everyone in that society.
Exactly. When women are empowered, when they're safe, and when they have equal opportunities, everyone benefits. Societies are more peaceful, economies are stronger, and governments are more stable.
So, like, a country where women can't work or own property, that's actually holding the whole country back economically.
Exactly. And when women are involved in politics, you tend to see policies that benefit a wider range of people.
So investing in women's well-being isn't just the right thing to do morally. It's actually smart for a country's overall success.
It's both. And that's why the WPSI is so valuable. It gives us the data to see those connections and to make the case for change.
And this data isn't just sitting there. It's actually being used by governments, NGOs, researchers, all kinds of people who are working to improve things.
Yeah. Governments use it to track their progress, figure out where to focus their efforts. NGOs use it to design programs that actually address the specific needs of women in different places.
So this isn't just some academic exercise. It's actually making a real-world impact.
Absolutely. It's about taking the data and using it to create positive change.
And that's something we can all be a part of. In the episode description, we'll link to the WPSI website so you can explore the map yourself, see the data, and learn more about what's happening in different countries.
It's a fascinating tool. You can really get lost in the data and see how interconnected all these issues are.
And it's important to remember this is just a starting point. It's about raising awareness, getting people thinking about these issues. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with something to think about. If you could wave a magic wand and change just one thing for women globally based on what we've discussed, what would it be?
That's a tough one, but what a great question to consider.
Take some time to think about it. What aspect of women's lives needs the most attention? What change would have the biggest impact? Maybe jot down your thoughts or even share them online using hashtag WPSI Deep Dive. Let's keep this conversation going because understanding these challenges is the first step towards creating a more just and equitable world for everyone. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.